Okay, perfect. So a website, who can tell me what a website is? Why businesses or why does business need a website? Why do businesses need websites?
Hello, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, yes.
Yes, I would say a website is like a platform where organization display a full details of what their company is all about, where you can get vital information about the organization.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so a website is just like a brand whereby you want to let people see what you want to sell or what you own. So it's just like your house, right? A website is the house to the businesses that owns them, and in a way to tell their story or whatever they want to sell. So that's a website. So now a website, how does a website come to place? What are the building instruments for website? You know, if you're building a house, you definitely know you need a cement, you need to buy blocks, you need to buy some gravel, you need some bricklayer to come and build it. So a website, what does when it comes to website is similar concept. You need some block, you need some cement, you need developers with that, which are the bricklayers, stuff like that. So what are those things that comprises website, like to make a website become a website? What are the initial steps? I would like it, anyone who's going to answer, to tell me the first step, the second phase, the third phase, the fourth phase, like that. So start from like step by step. Okay.
Good evening, sir.
Good
Good
evening.
evening. Yeah,
Okay,
we are.
my name is Ina Michael.
Okay.
Mm, Yes, from the little knowledge I have, I think the first step in building any website is to secure a, a domain name, which is like
Okay.
more or less like address on the web space. Understand? Just like every house has a physical address. I believe the domain name is the first step in going to securing a space for the particular website that is about to be built. Then the next is the hosting. The
Okay.
hosting too works in line with the domain name. The hosting there has to do with the plans that are available that might be able to carry the website for a particular duration, probably a month, 6 months, a year, or 2 years, with the packages that comes along with each plan. Then from there, one can start building whatever website he or she wants to build. I think that's all I can say for now.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you, Michael. Uh,
All right.
yes. So we're going to take it step by step. Michael mentioned two important basic steps. Before I come in, who wants to add more? The next step after the hosting. Okay. All right. Let me see if I'm seeing one. So after the hosting, what comes next? The seniors are also here. I think I've taught this before.
I don't know if I'm right. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I think after the hosting, we need a structure. That's the theme of the website.
The team. Okay. There's a step before the team. Okay.
I think the step before the theme is being able to secure the username and the password details
From
for
where?
the admin that will be editing and working on the site remotely, so that he or she can use that to develop the whole web page that are composed in the site build up.
Okay. So the admin to where? How are you having access to the admin? On what?
Okay, the admin is the person that will do the moderation of the site,
Where is it
whereby
going to
every
be? Where is it going to be doing it at?
on the site itself, that's depending on the CMS, the content management space he or she is using, probably WordPress or
Okay, that
any.
is what I need. That is what I need. The CRM or the platform, right? That is the second phase after the hosting. The platform where he's going to be using like WordPress, as you said. So that comes third, the workspace, which is the platform. I hope everyone is taking notes. I'm gonna ask these questions again. Okay, so after the platform, then comes the teams, as Epan said. So that's the team is the first step. Okay. Because whenever you're doing an interview, all these questions might come up. And you have to know it. If the client asks you, what are the process of building a website, or are you familiar with website, and asks you to list all the steps, you have to make sure you have it from step 1, step 2, step 3. So after the teams, what next?
I think after the team, one might need to install some plugins.
Plugins.
These
Okay.
plugins, these plugins will enable the admin working on the website to be able to edit and add more functionalities to the site itself.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
Depending on what she wants to be
Okay.
added. That's
Okay.
it.
Aside from Michael, after the plugins, what comes next? After the plugin, what comes next? Aside from Michael, anyone?
Sorry, the first thing we talked about is the teams.
No, the first thing is not the team.
Okay.
The team is the fourth step.
The first step, yes.
Yes, then we
Team,
say
group of
plugin.
people. In my own opinion, I thought after creating the team, then the teams are going to, I don't know if there's another word for team, what I'm thinking in my head. I'm thinking group of people.
Oh, okay. No,
Okay.
the teams are. I'm gonna elaborate more on that. I just want to
Okay.
list all the points out for now before we
Okay.
start taking this one by one, because I know some of you might be
Yeah.
forming to it, like. So after the plugins, what next?
So let me try. Good evening.
Good evening.
Okay, after the plugins, I think the next thing is the about us, the contact us, the menu, and so on.
Okay.
What your page is
In
about.
summary, what will you terminalize, like the terminology to use for those?
So is that one that I don't know?
I mean, you did good. You said about us,
Hello,
but
good evening.
there's a word that you're supposed to use. Yes, good evening.
So I think content creation should go for the word, right?
No.
Okay.
It's close, but it's not content.
Maybe the design or the planning of the website.
Huh? I
The
can't hear
planning
you.
of the planning of the website.
No, that one comes. That one is not part of the. I mean, before you build this step, you already have a plan. So what was it Catherine, right? Said what terminology should we use for that to collect those lists that you
Hello,
give?
sir.
Yes.
Sir, is it called the nav bars?
No. Where are the senior levels? Aisha, Usman, Christy, Wafia, are you here?
I am there now.
Good evening.
Can we say development?
No. So that we can. Are the seniors here? I've taught you guys this.
Who customize the team?
The customization of the team is part of the team. After we have done the team, we have built the team. What comes next? Catherine was right, but I need a terminology to collect all those information she gave us.
Use the pages.
Pages, yes, the word pages. You need to have a page. After you have the team, you have to start building pages. So the pages comes next after the plugins, the pages of the website. The pages of the website is very, very important.
Sorry,
Okay.
sir. Is page is not part of content.
Pages is pages embodied content, but it's not content. We use content, then that would not fit the best words to use for pages. Pages is building a page. In your house, you have a room, you have master bedroom, you have kitchen, you have parlor. So now, when it comes to kitchen, we have some things in the kitchen. We know we have to buy cutleries, we have to buy some knives, some plates, right? In our parlor, we need to buy some couch, some sofa, right? But now imagine you putting the sofa, buying the cutlery, and there's no parlor, there's no room, right? So it's, the rain is going to fall on it and everything will become. So the pages are those hosting your content. So after the pages comes what? After the pages comes what?
The page design.
The page design is part of pages. So what comes after pages? What comes after pages?
I think editing the headers. For the home page.
That is also page design.
Yes.
I've categorized that as pages. So what comes after pages? Well, Fia, what comes after pages?
I think after pages we should have content that the pages are going to entail.
Exactly, content. We just said it. When I say pages embody content, but they are not the same. So what comes after pages is the content of the website. Okay. So what comes after content?
After content, I think development.
No, we've developed it.
Uh,
We've developed it. We have our team. We have
I
developed our
think
plugin.
I'm okay. Talking about the content management, like
Yeah, it's under content.
okay.
What
After we have created the content, then it should be testing.
Okay. Testing the site. Okay. I'll accept that. So what comes after testing?
How about page attributes? Like
That's under pages.
I think after testing and
setting up the page.
corrections or
No, that's
observation
under testing.
sorted, then we launch. I will launch after testing.
Then we launch. Then we launch. That's the word. Then we launch. We've tested the website, everything is good. Then we launch this site. We publish it. Okay. Now, if this is just to test you all, those who are actually taking notes, I want you to list all those steps that we have spoken about. From 1 to we listed 9 steps. So I'm gonna call on any one of my choice. There's not gonna be a random question, just to make sure that you're taking notes. I'm gonna call on. Okay, because I think that you should take notes. Okay, so let me call on, who is the lucky person? The lucky person, I'm gonna call on Taiwo Abdulaziz to give us a nice step of coming up with a website. Taiwo, you can meet yourself. The ninth step we just spoke about on launching a website, from step 1 to 9.
Sorry.
Is Abdulaziz with us? Taiwo Abdulaziz, are you with us? Okay. We are burning out our time. These are like the most basic knowledge before we even go into more technical aspects. Let me call on.
Don't call me, please.
Faith Danjuma.
Eh?
Faith
Danjuma.
Danjuma, you can unmute yourself. Is Faith Danjuma with us? I think we're going to start marking those who are not with us absent, because there's no point you are on the Zoom and then you would not, when we call you, you are, it's like you're not with us.
Daniel, stop scattering things for me here now. What is it?
Faith, are you with us?
Sir John, from when you're talking about content creation, so I don't have all the 9 steps.
Okay, but now we are gonna listen. Make sure you write it down.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, I'm gonna call on. Okay, let me call on. Miracle. So Miracle, you have to perform a miracle for us now by unmuting yourself and telling us all the nice steps to come up with a website. Miracle, are you with us?
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Got a nice test. Maybe yes, can get back to you.
Huh? What did you say? I didn't hear you.
I just should please give me some time. Let me get that.
Okay. Okay, who can tell us the nice stuff? Please, please. Now I would like everyone to take notes, because if you don't take note, then you'll be cracking your brain, right? So it's very important whenever we are, discussing, or just take notes. It's something that you can just read out of your notes. So who can tell us the nice step? And I want everyone to take note now, because I'm going to ask again.
So let me try.
Let me. Okay.
Okay. Is that Epan?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Epan. Okay, go ahead.
I don't know if I got the first part very well because I was a little bit distracted, but I'll just give what I have gotten so
Were you
far.
taking notes, Epan?
Yes, I was.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
I think the first one is to get a domain name, then hosting for the second. The third is a CRM. If you can correct me when I'm wrong, because I don't know. Maybe I misheard. The third is CRM, for instance, WordPress or Wix. The fourth is the theme, that is the skeleton of the website. The feed are plugins. The seed pages. The seventh, the content, and then the eighth step is we do the testing, and then the ninth step is we launch the website.
Perfect. Excellent. That's great. Epan. Thank you for sharing that with us. So now I have expected everyone to have taken that note. So I'm going to call our names again, because this is how we learn. You attend class, you take your notes. Is there anyone missing any of those
Sorry,
steps?
please. Can she run it over again?
Okay. Epan, can you repeat yourself again slowly,
Okay.
so that you can note it down?
Okay, so the first thing is to get a domain name. The second thing is to get a hosting. The third is the CRM, that is either like WordPress or Wix. The fourth is the theme, that's the skeleton of the website, the structure. The fifth is plugins. The sixth is pages, like the about page, all the other pages like the rooms in a house. Then we have content. That's the seventh, the contents of the website. And then the eighth step is we test the website, that's testing. And then the ninth step is we publish the website.
Okay, thank
That's
you.
all.
Epan. Now, I want
Sorry.
Elizabeth. Elizabeth Ademoke, I want you to tell us the nice step. Elizabeth, are you with us?
Good evening, sir. I'm here. The
Yes, good
network
evening.
is a bit lagging, but I'm here.
Okay, can you give us a nice step to build a website?
Okay, sir. I think the first one is the domain name. You get a domain name for your website. Then the host, get a host. Then the third one is CRM. The fourth one is the theme of the website, like the skeleton of the website. Fifth is plugin. Then the sixth is pages. The seventh is the content. The eighth one, I didn't get that, but the ninth one is to publish the website. I didn't get the number, the eighth step.
Okay, the eighth is testing the website to make sure that you're ready to launch.
Okay,
When you
sir.
write a book, you give it to your client to review the book to make sure that, yes, now we can do the celebration of the book. So the eighth is testing everything you have done from number 1 to 7 to see that, okay, now we want to make sure there's no any errors, no bugs on the website. and then now we are ready to launch. So those are the 9 steps of building a website. Now
Okay,
we take it bit by bit. Domain name. Let's start with domain name, which is the first step on building a website. So whenever you want to build a website, you need a domain. And Michael made mention that domain is like an address. If you want to build your home, you have to know what location you want to build it at, right? If it's Lagos, if it's in Abeokuta, if it's in Kaduna, is any, you have to first have the address of where you want to build your home. So same thing with website. You have to have a domain. Domain is the address that will take people to your website. I want to come and visit you at home. The first thing I'm going to ask you, please send me your address. So you want to come to my website, the first thing you're going to ask me is, what's the domain name of your website so I can visit your website? So if everybody understand that concept, that means that domain is very, very important. And what is a domain name? A domain name, as we all know, a link, an hyperlink, like a link that would give to the viewers of those who are interested in viewing your website, to click on that link, and then it will take them to your website. So domain, how do you come up with a domain? A domain typical example is www.yourwebsitename.com. www.yourwebsitename.nigeria, like ng. www.yourwebsitename.au, or anywhere, domain comes in different form, like .com. There are .ng, there's .com, .ng for those who are in Nigeria. People abroad can use your website domain .us. So there are so many different forms of the hyperlink. Now, when you decide on your domain, the first thing is, what do I want my domain to be for my website? So you have to first look for a good name, a good name that you yourself, you think about it and then you like it, and make sure domains, the best domains are those domains that are not too long. Something very simple that you can give to people, they can quickly, type it out and it will take them to your website. So the longer the names is, the shorter the names is, the better. So those short domains also have to do with SEO. Like SEO is good for SEO, it's good for Google search engine, whereby whenever you have your domain, and it's as short as possible. So as you all know, Jumia.com is a domain. Jumia, Tonga.com, Flutterwave.com, GTBank.com, Access.com. Those are domains. So you want to think about the names. Most people give domain names the name of their business. So let's say you have a business and it's called Mr. Biggs, for example. So you want to make sure your domain also have similar. It's not compulsory, but it's best to have a similar name of your business as your domain name. I hope everybody understands that. So now, a domain name, how do you come about a domain name? A domain name is not free. A domain name, again, is not free, especially when you want to have .com at the end of it. .com is like worldwide. So anyone who's using .com is using a domain for anyone, anywhere in the world can access it. If you're using .ng, you're mostly targeting Nigeria, but anyone can access it as well. But Google knows that your target audience is in Nigeria when you use .ng or .com.ng. But if you use .com, you're leaving it open for the entire. Does anyone have any question at this point?
Yeah.
Let me see. Let me try to unmute. Osman, please let me mute those who are. Okay. So if there are no
So I have
questions.
a question. There is a question, sir. Okay.
Okay, sure. Go ahead.
Getting a domain name, like, how much does it cost to get a domain name with, let's say, .com, for instance?
Okay, that's a good question. Who has another question? I'm going to come to that question.
I have a question.
Yes.
What of you've explained for .com.ng, what of .org?
.org, yes. Those are the, there's also .org. You know, as I said, there are so many domains ending like things that end domain like .org. So .org with it immediately tell me that, oh, this website I'm visiting is an organization, maybe like NGOs or governmental organizations. So whenever I see a website using .org, I know that this is not a business. This is not like a private business. This is an organization, right? So .org, you can also have your website as .org, but make sure that before you use .org, you are an organization.
So what do private businesses do, or private individuals? What does their domain name end with?
The most common is .com. But let's say you're in Nigeria and you're targeting Nigerian audiences, right? And maybe you are having a local restaurant at your city and you don't expect someone abroad to come and eat or buy food, because then that requires that person to fly, and so you want to use .ng. So Google will surely know that you are targeting Nigerians that can come to your store, right? So if you use .ng, you have now your nest to target a specific region. Okay, so now let me answer Aisha's question. Okay, now I know everyone can see my screen. So if you want to buy a domain name is being sold by some tech companies, and there are so many ones. They would assign how much they want to sell their domain to you. So there's not a specific price. I can't tell you, let's say you want to buy Aisha.com. I can't tell you, this is the amount it will cost. You have to go and purchase it. It's just like going to the market and you want to get shower fish, right? Maybe if you go to Ibadan market, it might be cheaper than going to Lagos market, So domain is sold by different tech companies, and they have different prices. Sometimes their prices ranges. If you're going to use .com, it might be more expensive than using .ng. You're going to use .org, they might sell it much way higher than for example. Now, common domain sellers in Nigeria are Domain King. Okay, let's put it on Google. Let's ask Google. Buy domain names, domain name in Nigeria. GoDaddy is a common one, but that GoDaddy is worldwide. There's 101 domains. There's Square. All of them, we have their own different price. See, I told you Domain King is a Nigerian company that sells domain. We have also Web for Africa. We have Host Africa. We have Web for Africa. We have so many domain sellers. So for example, if you want to buy a domain from Domain King, we're going to visit their website. Okay, so now it's telling me enter the domain I want. For example, let's say I want Aisha. Of course, the Aisha will not be available, trust me, because it's a common name. Let's try it. Aisha.com. I doubt if it's going to be available. And that's the good thing. You have to first check if your domain is available, right? So you see, it's telling me that Aisha.com.ng is not available. I predicted it because most of the domains that are common would never be available. Meaning someone has bought it. So that means that someone has already bought it. But some people, they buy domain and they sell it. So let's say you really needed that domain name, you can go and buy it from the person who bought it. If that person is not using it, people use it to make money. So there are some who sell domain, right? They will buy a lot of domains. Whenever a company is wanting to, use this domain and it's not available, they will go and meet those who bought it to buy it from them. And that person will definitely add some, profit in it to sell it to you. So now, 1 second, let me pick this call. I will call you back. I'm in a meeting. Okay, all right. So if that is clear, it's telling me, okay, aisha.com.ng is not available. Aisha.com is also not available. But if you want, you can buy aisha.net.ng. So there's also .net, there is so many dots. But again, the most common one, mostly friendly to use with SEO is .com or .your country. So now let me put Aisha Online Symbol, for example. This one will be available with .com. I want everyone to do a favor for me. Can you put on the group chat, just type in your name on the group chat so that way we mark attendance. Go on your group's chat and then put your name that you attended, your first name and your last name, your surname and your first name. So that way we keep attendance today. Okay. So you see, as I said, Aisha Online is available. So Aisha, your question is this: how much do they sell domain on this site? You see, it's telling that if you're gonna buy aishaonlinetool.com is 20,000 naira. Okay, for 1 year. You can buy for multiple years. If you want to keep your domain for like 2 years, 3 years, and you can also buy 1 year and renew it before it expires. So basic for 1 year is 20,000 naira to buy a domain. If you're buying .com, of course, .ng, I told you it's gonna be much cheaper. That one is 2,600, like that. So that is domain. So you go and purchase your domain from any domain seller, right? And then once you have your domain, then we move to the second step. Everybody understand what domain is, how important is it? Without domain, you can't have a site. Because without an address, how can you have a house? So the first step ever is your domain. Now the second step is hosting.
Sir, please, regarding that domain, immediately, let's say for instance, I bought this aishaolatewa.com now. So will I just type it on Google like aishaolatewa.com and continue with the second step, or what will I do?
That's a good question. That's a good question. That's where we are going to now. So what did we say the second step is, Aisha?
Hosting.
Hosting. Okay. So you bought your domain, fine, but the domain doesn't have any host yet. You need to have a host to host your domain. You have where you want to build your house in mind. You got the address, but you don't have a land yet. Where are you going to build it? But you know the actual place, but you have not bought the land. So how can you erect a house in an unpurchased land? It's not possible. So hosting is the next step. So hosting will also cost you money. In fact, that's where the most cost. Usually when you pay for 1 year 20,000, you forget about your domain. But where you pay more is your hosting. You need land. You need one for those who are selling land, so that they can host you on at that address. So same thing with website. You need a host to host the domain and all the CRM that we're going to talk about. So to find a hosting, you can also use Domain King, because they both sell domain and they can also host you. You can use GoDaddy, or you can just go to Google and say, tell Google, buy hosting or something, you know. It's gonna list hostings that are available to you. Okay, so we have Bluehost, we have GoDaddy, we have HostGator, we have names, we have so many hostings. So that is the second step. Now to buy hosting, let's see how much GoDaddy, Domain King will give to us for hosting our domain. You see, web hosting. Okay, so here is the Nigeria prices. So now it's telling me if I want a soldier, that's like the name of the package, like basic plan, full plan, premium plan, like that. So they have it as soldier, that is minister, and king. So they are telling me that they are going to give me 20 gigabytes space, memory space, bandwidth, one hosted domain, one free.com.ng, like that, if I purchase this plan. So if I'm going to do the minister plan, they're going to give me four gigabytes, like that, and there's a king plan. So if I want 20 gigab space, then I would order for this. And how much is it? 4,500 per month. Okay. So they're going to charge me for 4,500 every month to host my domain. And as soon as you stop your hosting, your domain would not work. Meaning your website will be down. So you cannot have domain without an hosting. Okay, so 4,500 every month, or if I want 3 months, they are gonna give it to me at 13,500 every 3 months. If I want 6 months, they'll give it to me for 27,000. 12 months, 48,600. Okay, so you need an hosting to host your domain. Does anyone have any question at this point?
Hello. Hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
Please, do they have free domain?
Yes, they do have free domain, but that would be a domain without .com or .ng. Free domain is usually .your name or something like that, but you won't find a good domain for free. Okay. Any other question? Okay. So I use SiteGround. SiteGround is also an hosting company. Right? This is what we use. Right? And they saw hosting for like the starting price $3 or regular price, something like that. So once you have your hosting, I'm gonna log into. Okay. So on my hosting, as you can see, we can that is where we are hosting Virtual Assistant Nigeria. So this is how your hosting will look like at the back end. So on your hosting, you would have what we call file manager. All these things you get to understand it later down the line, but I'm just going to explain the basics. So you have your file manager, FTP account, SQL. You have your security, backup, SSL manager, and then the next phase after your hosting is the CRM. Hosting is only hosting for you your house and your domain, right? It's hosting your house for you. Let me give you a good example. Yeah. So now the third aspect is to decide on your CRM. What platform do you want to build your website? What do you want to put on your hosting? Hosting is just like a LAN. So the house you want to place on the hosting, from what material, right? So what CRM? Is it WordPress? Is it Wix? Is it Shopify? Is it BigCommerce? There's so many ones out there. So the common one we use is WordPress, and that's what I'm going to be training you on. Except if you are using something else, then we can train you on those later on. So WordPress, the first thing you want to do is to install WordPress in your hosting. Okay, this is our WordPress. We are using WordPress with WooCommerce. We have installed it. So now we have our domain, we have our hosting, we have our CRM. What is next? The next is now to build our team. The team is the skeleton, as you call it, the structure. So in order to build our team, we need to log into now we have an admin, which is the WordPress. We need to log into our CRM, which is the WordPress back end. So log into admin panel. Okay, so this is how a typical WordPress should look like. So this is our back end of a website. Okay. You have to mute $4 and okay. All right, so this is the back end of a WordPress site. So if you're working for businesses and they want you to be managing their site, you have to have access to this back end. So in this back end of the WordPress is where you build your team. That is where you create your team. Teams are like structural framework on how you want your website to look like. What design will you prepare your website to look like? So the first thing, if I'm a developer, if I'm building my site, the first thing I want to do is to come and look for the menu option that says theme, appearance. So appearance and theme. As you can see, appearance and theme. I hope you are all taking notes. Appearance and theme. So I have to click on themes. So it's not the TEAM that you said. So themes is THEME. Themes. THEME. Okay. So now what I want to do is, if I'm a developer, I can build my team with coding. I can code a team. But you guys might not be needing that because you are only a VA. So except you want to become a developer, web developer and stuff like that. But this is the basic knowledge that you just have to know. So the team that we are currently using is this team. It's called Career5. Okay, there are so many teams. Let's say I want to build a new team. I'll come here and click on add new team. Okay, and WordPress has a lot of free themes that you can use for your website. A lot of free looking themes. So all these themes that you're seeing are free. If I want my website to look like any of these, I can use it. For example, if I click on preview, I'm previewing one of the themes. If I want my website to look like this is the theme right here. I can install it. Or if I want my website to look like, all these are free themes from WordPress. So who comes up with themes? Developers. So developer, what they do is that they build themes and they sell it. So if you want to make money and you're a good developer, you can make a lot of money by building themes. Because what businesses does is that they go and buy theme. A very common marketplace for theme is called ThemeForest. If ThemeForest.net. So this is a hotspot for like an hub for developers. So they build a lot of themes on this marketplace and they sell it. For example, let's see, we're looking for e-commerce theme on WordPress. You see, so many themes. They're selling it, some are selling their own $59, $39, $29, $13, $49, like that. So if you're a developer and you know how to code, you can code a theme and use it to make money. You build your themes, you sell it, and if I am a website owner, I can come in and buy your theme. So once I purchase your theme, then I'll go and install it on my WordPress CRM framework. So okay, so these are so many themes that we can do for free. Now we have now installed our themes. The next thing is look for the plugins. Plugins are like engine work functionality. So, you know when you build when you build your homes, you connect lights, you connect globe, you connect fan, but you need an engine to kickstart it. Like you need to have a generator, you need to have you know, NEPA or whatever you call it, to put on the engine, to light on the engine, right? Your TV, you have your TV, you need an electricity to power it up. So plugins are website functionality, right? They are website functionality. We have built our Skeleton. We need a function to tell this, do this. This is what I want you to do. This is what I want to, let me give an example. This is our virtual assistant website. So what you are seeing on my screen is the theme. This is the theme of our website. But when the plugin comes in, when I say, okay, we want to hire VA, for example, and you want to, let's say you want to hire Michael. You click on Michael. Now, I want to download CV, Michael CV, or invite him, right? Once I click on download, it downloaded. The only thing that made this download is the plugin. The plugin is the engine. It's saying as soon as someone click on this, do this. As soon as someone click on invite, the plugins is the one that will direct it to, oh, this is what it meant, right? So those are like the engine work of the website. A website will not function properly without an engine work. So after you do the plugins, you download so many plugins. In order for you to see the plugins of the website, you have to go to plugins on the back end. So if you click on plugins, I don't know why this is not clicking. Okay, so you come to plugins here, install plugins. You want to know the plugins your client has on their website. So these are the plugins that we have installed that is working for us on this website. So there are so many plugins. There's one for, you know, WooCommerce, WooPayment. It allows to collect payments from the site. Yoast SEO, and so many plugins. So that is what plugins, they are like engines power up your website. Now, after we install the plugins, then we come to pages. The site pages. The site pages are your About Us page, your home page, your Contact Us page. So these are the pages on our website. We have that dashboard, home, job listing, and so many things. So a client might ask you to build pages for them. Oh, we need an About Us page on our site. So you have to come here and, add new page. You can add new page and, start building pages. Pages should, at the end of the day, look like at the front end like this. So we have our own page. Our own page should look like this, right? We have our About Us page. Once we click on it, this is our About Us page. So yeah, what you're doing is adding page and creating content inside the page. Right? These are our pages, find job pages like that. So after you build the pages, then you want to have your content. Let's say I want About Us. I've created my About Us page. I want to build content. So you come to About Us here, you click on edit. There are two forms of editing a page. You can edit it from the back end, or you can edit it from the front end. So these are our pages. So I can edit all these features, or you can edit it from the front end. So we're gonna go in details on that. Then after your page, after your content, then you test the website and then you launch it. Does anyone have any question?
Sir, please, what's the full meaning of CRM?
Okay, CRM, let's ask Google. CRM is like customer relationship management. So it's called customer relationship management. It's just like a framework, right? Like you can call it platform that manages your website.
I thought it used to be CMS instead of CRM.
You might be right. Yes, you are right. You are very, very right. Content management system. Yes, it's not CRM, it's CMS, which is content management system. CRM is mostly used for marketing, like marketers, like all this digital marketing that will tell you that you can come and build emails, build so the word CRM is mostly used by marketers, digital marketers like Mailchimp.com. But CMS is used for platform like WordPress, content management, stuff like that. Yes, so I see some two hands. You can unmute yourself and ask your question. Okay, yes.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, good evening.
Okay. Question is, if I be getting different domain names from, like I want to have like different domain names, must I be getting the website hosting provider from the same company or getting them from different company? Doesn't matter.
Yeah, you can get it from the same company. It doesn't matter.
Okay, sir.
Because you're only getting the domain name. Domain name is just to have a name of the website. So it doesn't matter.
I'm talking about the hosting provider.
Yes, you can get it from the hosting provider. So
like
go ahead. It used to be, to answer your question, it used to be that some hosting provider that at a point they don't sell domain names. right? So you have to get it from somewhere else, and then you look for your hosting. But now, most hosting providers are selling domain names.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, most hosting provider that you're going to see, they also host websites. So if you want, you can host with them, and then you can purchase with them as well, right? It's just like going to the market and buying your fish from the same seller, and at the same time buying your provisions from her. You don't have to go to another person to buy. But some people will prefer, giving some person, buying from fish from this Iyalagbaja and going to buy another thing from Uncle. But the same person sell the same thing. So it's the same thing concept. So most hosting providers that sell domain name, they also host sites.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Yes. So Miracle, you have a question?
Yeah, good evening once again. My question is, the processes of creating websites, the third one, or the fourth one, sorry, it's theme, which is also the structure of the website. And the fifth one is plugin, which also entails what the website is all about. So I want to know the difference between the structure and the plugin.
Within the you said within the what? The teams?
Yeah, and the plugin.
And a plugin. Okay. Okay, that's a good question. Okay, yes. So the teams is like a skeleton, like the framework, how the website should look like. I want my front page to be yellow in color. I want blue, the header, black as the footer. So the themes is how the website look like. How do you want your house to look like? What do you want the color of your new house to be? Should the painter, should they paint it yellow, or do you want it as blue? That's your theme. Do you want the house to have some design in front of it with your name? That's the theme, how you want your house to look like. Now the plugins are what would make it a house. Now you build your building, right? You build your house, but you don't have bed to sit on. You don't have zinc to wash your plates. You don't have chairs in the living rooms. So the house is not yet complete except with the plugins. So those things are what power up, make the house. Except you're just going to be sleeping under an uncompleted building, right? So that's the similarity of a team. So plugins, you have to look at it. They are like the engine work of the website. I hope I answer your question.
Yeah, okay. If the plugin is the engine, what about the content of the website, which is the last step involved?
Wait, say that again. You said
What about the content of the website, which is the last stage involved in creating a website?
yeah,
Am I wrong?
the content is those texts that you bring to your website, like the images, graphic design, you're writing articles or writing your about us page. Content are like the text and the graphics, the images of the site. So that's why people hire content managers, right? So let me show you an example. So this is about us. This is about us. You see all this text about our Virtual Student Nigeria, Virtual Student facilitate access to diverse, blah, 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 all the way down. These are content. These are content. Now, plugins is this. When you click on this, plugin is telling this to go to list all these jobs. So that's the content of your website.
Oh, okay.
That's where content writing comes to play. copywriting comes to play and stuff like that. Okay, so yes, Margaret, what's the question?
Okay, I want to ask for clarification. So is it CRM or CSM? Which is correct? Or the two can be used?
CMS.
Okay, thank you.
CMS is correct, yeah. For website, yes.
Okay.
I have a question, sir.
Yes.
So I haven't gotten the domain name and the hosting straight down to WordPress like that. So what will be the link to type on WordPress that it's going to be linking both the domain name and the hosting that have been bought?
Okay, that's a good question. I see. So, that's a good question. So when you have, like, let's say this is our domain name, I mean, our hosting, and want to link our hosting to our domain, we call it pointing. You're gonna point. There's an IP address that you have to point to link to tell your domain that this is where my database are, right? And that will be the domain. We call it that will be DNS record. We have to set our DNS record. So this DNS record, our domain is going to give us some information like IP address to put on our DNS record so that they can communicate. They can communicate from the domain to the hosting. So as soon as they communicate, anyone who visits your domain, the hosting will pull the result out to the viewers or the users from your file. So yeah, I mean, with time, you guys are going to get used to all this concept.
So I have a question.
Yes.
Can one use more than 2 themes at a time?
If one can use more than 2 domain names, you said?
No, 2 themes at a time. Can you
No.
select 2 themes? Okay.
No, you can't select 2. You have to use only one. But you can always replace themes. You don't like your theme you are using currently, you can always replace. Right, and that also comes to play. Let's say you're working for a client, you will give their website is not looking appealing. You can tell them to change that you want them to change their themes because your reviewed slide is not looking good. You feel like if they use a different theme, it's gonna give it to the website. That's the developer to change their theme.
My question is, if one have to spend all this money just to have a website, how can they recover the money from the website? I'm not talking of organizations or all these businesses that maybe have a physical store, but like maybe a blogger or maybe just a blogger, for example. If you spend all these investing on the website, how do you get your money back?
That's a good question. Okay. So if the blogger is writing blog for maybe there are different people with different wants. So there might be some bloggers they just want to write for the fun part of it, right? And there might be some bloggers they want to blog to make money. So they can have some Google ads, it's called Google AdSense, advertise on their blog. So as soon as people are clicking on those ads, Google is going to be paying them some money, right? Or they can also, so they make money from advertising.
Okay, I understand. Thank you.
Sorry, please, I want to ask a question. How do you make your interface user-friendly?
Okay. Wait, can everybody hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
I said, how can one make your interface user-friendly?
How can you make it user friendly, like interface? Okay. That's why everything has professionalism. So there are some people who knows, they are called UX designers. So if you have some UX skills, you can know how to play with your team to attract user. Just like your house. I mean, just like houses. When you go to like all this Ikoyi, Victoria Island, right? You see that people try to give their house taste. So how did they make their house beautiful as such? You know, it comes from the architectural work design, right? There might be a big house, but when you look at it, it's just normal. But you can see a smaller house and, you know, has like beautiful design. It's just that playing with the teams, right? You know, knowing where to put, what color to put on your team, where to put the navigation bars and stuff like that.
Thank you.
Okay, so I think we are overdue on our time. And yes, one more thing I will show you and then we'll call it a day. And that will be what I'm going to be training you on. Blog posting. You have to know how to post a blog, because one of the demands from your client will be for you to be writing an article for them and posting content on their website. Especially if you're a copywriter or a content writer, you have to know how to post blog on a website. It's very, very important. So in order to post a blog on a website, you come to the admin, which is your domain name.com/, and I want everybody who doesn't have this to write it down. Your domain name, our domain name in this instance is virtualassistantnigeria.com. Now, the most important thing is you have to put this, you have to add this at the end, /WP admin. Again, it's /WP admin. That is how you have access to the admin on a WordPress admin backend. So let me see if I can. I want everybody to write that down. Your domain name.com/WP admin. So it's going to redirect you to the admin dashboard. Then you ask your client to give you the username and the password to access this page that you're seeing on my screen, right? So WP-admin, ask your client for the admin password and username. Once you have it, it will bring you to this page. So once you get to this page, to post a blog or an article, you have to come to post. You see where it says post with the pin sign? You have to click on it, post, or you navigate your mouse on it, and it's tell you all posts. If you want to check every post that you have posted already on the blog, if you want to add a new post, if you want to have add some categories to your post, like a blog can have, okay, entertainment, politics, news. So you want to build your categories, right? Where you want any post that you post under what category do you want it to go into. So on our site, we don't really have category, we only have blog news, so we can build more categories, right? So to build a category, you have to add the name of the category. For example, tech, so that we can have a tech categories on our article. Then once you put the name of the category, you click on add new category. So you see tech is already there. If you want entertainment, you can put entertainment, blah, blah, blah. So once you add your category here, then you go to add new post. Let's say you want to add a new post. You click on add new post under post. Okay, so this is how it's going to look like. So you add your post title. Let's say you're writing on benefit of virtual assistant. Benefit of virtual assistant in Nigeria. Okay, this is where you put your title, don't forget. benefits. Okay, so this is where your title will be. Then your content will you type in your content here if you have it, or you can post it. You can copy post it. Let's say you wrote your content somewhere else. You can copy it and then paste it here. Okay, so let's say I want to write the benefit of this is where you put your content, the benefit of, or you can, for example, you can ask ChatGPT to write the article for you. ChatGPT. I hope everybody has this OpenAI thing. So you can let me log in on my account here. Let's see. Can't remember my password. Okay. So if you're using AI, who here can, okay, let me ask this question. Among all of you, who is good at writing without using AI? Like writing an entire article without the help of AI. Who is a writer? Who is a writer among us? Like you can write on any topic, like tech topics, you know, like you can just write with your brain. And
Yeah, I
just,
can write a bit too, but I'm not really a professional writer. But I can write whole articles without the use of AI.
okay. What do you mean you're not a professional writer?
Like I don't do it for as a career. Most times I write for, I don't know, but I'm not really a professional writer, but I took copywriting classes and I know how to write full articles, but I didn't really pursue it as a career.
Okay, okay. But you can write on any topics
Yes, sir, I can write on any topic.
without using Google or any copying some frame work or something like that.
No, I can write on any topic.
Okay. But you just didn't take it as a career.
Yes, I didn't take it as a career.
Okay. So everything will be perfect, grammatical and everything like that.
Sir?
Like when you write, right, it will make sense. Like it's gonna be free of grammatical errors and stuff like that.
Yeah, to the best of my knowledge, it's free of grammatical errors.
Okay. So how did you learn writing? Or where did you learn writing from?
Okay, I've always enjoyed writing right from childhood. So growing up, I follow all these copywriters and I took classes on copywriting
Okay.
and ghostwriters and stuff like that.
You did some classes on it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. But if you can write, it's gonna really help you. Because even if you're gonna be using AI, you would be using it with knowing what you like, reading it and knowing what to change and stuff like that. But if you can write from scratch, although everybody can write, but you know, writing is a skills on itself, and people are good, you know, writers are really for writing. So that's why I'm asking you, you know, because not everybody can write or an entire article from their brain. Because now that AI is evolving, you know, people have lost that passion of writing. So if you can write, I think you should keep up with that and, you know, try to make sure that you're updating your knowledge and, you know, keep up because you're going to be very competitive because in this world, people are just using AI and simply, and with time, businesses and clients, they will not want you to use AI because they want the originality of the text, right? So who else can write from scratch? Miracle. Is that Miracle?
Yes, I can write from scratch, but most times I can write some from scratch actually, but in some cases I do use some things to assist myself, some tools and
Okay.
all that.
So you say you can write from scratch?
Yes, yes.
Okay. All right. Who else can write? Who else is good at writing? Without the use of Google AI and stuff like that. And no grammatical issues. Okay, Mr. Steven, you say you can write?
Yes, of course, I do.
From scratch?
From scratch.
Okay, how did you learn writing?
Well, of course, I've always loved to write, right from the childhood. And series of courses in the anyway. I'm an open anyway.
Huh?
Yes.
I can't really hear you. Okay.
Right, especially in leadership and management.
Mr. Steven, I'm having a hard time hearing what you're saying. I think it's your network.
I said I had some titles, especially majorly that I have published, majorly in leadership and management.
Okay. But can you write on any topics?
For sure, sure.
Okay. Okay. Yes. Okay. Who else? Epan. Epan, you say you can write from scratch?
Yes, sir.
An article?
Yeah, I mostly do creative writing, especially like storytelling. So maybe I want to create it's mostly basically around literature and some few, yeah, I can create like that.
Okay.
Some few topics, but not every topic.
Where did you learn it from?
I did literature when I was in secondary school. So I developed writing, and I used to do writing for entertainment purposes, and I dropped it, but I still have the skill.
Okay. Perfect. Who else? Okay, those of you can write is you have it you can climb the ladder one more step, because you're gonna see clients who are demanding or looking for someone who can write, well-written articles from scratch without the use of Google or AI and things like that. Because writing from scratch really helps SEO a lot, right? And it's gonna have the originality of the text. So it's really good if you can write from scratch, or if you can develop yourself on writing articles from scratch. Yeah. So the reason why I ask is I want to show you all how to use ChatGPT. But if you don't need to use it, please don't use it, because it makes you lazy, right? So there's an application that all of you are, I'm sure you're familiar with it. You go to chatgpt.com, you create an account, right? And then there's an app extension that you need to download. The extension is called let's see. Okay, I think I have a video on it. I'm gonna send those who are new the video. So after you create an account on ChatGPT, there's an extension that you need to download. It's very, very helpful to make your writing unique, right? But that's for another class. So let's say write an article, write an article on the benefits of virtual assistant. Okay, Okay, so now I have it, ChatGPT has given me this article. I'll copy and paste it on the descriptions. Okay, and then I'm gonna teach you how to work on the SEO to make it Google, make Google rank your article, right? But once I paste it, and then if I want to categorize my article, maybe I'm writing on tech, I would check tech. If I'm writing on multiple blog posts, I can put blog, news, tech, as much as I want. Okay, I'll put my category here. I can add some tag if I want it to rank. Virtual assistant, AI virtual assistant like that, virtual remote. I can add as many tags as possible. AI virtual assistant like that. Okay, and then I would add an image from my article. So to add an image, you select set featured image. Okay, and let's say we want this to be our image. We select it, so it's going to show a thumbnail. So this is my title, this is my article body content. I selected my category. I put an image as features. These are bloggers, these are the blog. So once they are done, you can preview it, how it's going to look like. Okay, so this is my article here. You see, I'm looking at it from the front end, right? So, and if everything looks good, I can publish it. So that is article writing. Again, you come to post, add new post, put your title, the content, and select the categories, add some images, as the feature image, and post it. That is how you blog. Does everyone understand this? Any questions on this? I'm going to give an assignment on this.
Please, I didn't get it from copying from ChatGPT, please.
Sorry. Okay, yeah, go ahead again. Mr. Silva, I can hear you now. Who asked the question?
It's Daniel. I said I didn't get it from where you copied from ChatGPT. The audio went off.
Okay, so I went to ChatGPT. I asked it to write me an article, and it wrote this for me. Then I copied the content. I copied it from ChatGPT, like I click copy, and then I went back to my blog post, and then I pasted it here. I pasted the content I copied, and then I categorized my article, and I've added a tag. Then I added an image as the thumbnail. The thumbnail, if you don't add an image, let me show you something. So you see, these are our articles, our blog. So you see all these images are what are the thumbnails of on this blog. So you always have to add a thumbnail. Once you add your thumbnail, you can publish it immediately, or you can see what you did, preview, but always make sure you don't forget to publish it. So this is how it's gonna look like, and then you come back and you publish. Okay. Other questions?
So I didn't get where you added. Okay, I can see it now. I can see it now.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay, so the assignment for this week will be on posting blog. I'm gonna let all of you post blog or write an articles, and then you post it on the site, and that will be something that would add to your skills. Okay, so we are done for today. Does anyone have any questions?
Where are we posting the article?
You're gonna be posting it on our blog page, Virtual Assistant Nigeria.
Okay.
And the article would require you to those of you can write without ChatGPT, you go have to use ChatGPT. And your image, your picture image, make sure you design it with Canva. So any images you want to use as a front end, you have to design it with Canva and download it and import it into WordPress. Just like all this. You see. These are articles. Okay. So that will be your assignment. And I'm gonna see if I can add one more assignment to keep you all busy.
Hello, sorry, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, you not give us a topic to write on.
Oh, yeah. I mean, once I give out I haven't posted this. I'm gonna post the assignment maybe during the week.
Oh, okay, sir.
Yeah, don't worry about it. The description, the post, the assignment will come out when we go. Okay. So any other questions? And please, always, if you have any questions later on or applies to any of this program, always try to reach out to our captain, Usman. Okay, it's quicker to reply to messages than my messages are very like a lot of messages, so I might just pen the message for a long time. But if you want like fast answer, quicker answer, just reach out to Usman. He's our captain. I hope you all have his number. So he's gonna get to you faster than I, because I don't really get to messages quicker because of so much workload. So I just want to note that if I don't reply to your message, it's not because I don't really get to messages like that. Yes, Mr. Steven.
Well, this article we are supposed to, write and post on the website.
Yes.
Is it a specific title, or we can just pick our title at random?
Which one will you prefer?
Anyhow.
Okay. Okay, I would like you to pick your topic at random because you are, pick your topic at random, but make sure the article is related to tech. Yes, everybody should come up with an article. So I'm even giving the assignment now. I don't need to post it, but I'm going to do that later. But the assignment you can do it at any time, starting from now. Come up with an article of any topic, but make sure it's not about politics or entertainment. Make sure it's about tech. You can write an article like anything, their laptop, anything that is related to tech.
Okay.
Right? And then yes, and make sure it's SEO friendly.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. And this assignment is for everyone, the senior level, the second level, and third level.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
How do we get access to the site to post it?
Oh, you come up with the article first. Once you come up with the article, I'm going to post how you're going to post it, because I wanted to have the experience of writing, posting, and publishing. So the first step is come up with your article. Second step, I'm going to give you the access on where to post it, and then you publish it yourself. And then you also share the article with your friends or your followers. Okay, so I think that should be all for today. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. And we'll meet again next Sunday, and we'll be discussing on the group chat. Thank you, everyone.